Spider!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
We're in.
Working?
Bam.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Positive.
Are we gonna get the light check?
Yeah.
Bing! We are live
That.
on Memorial Day.
Blinded by the light.
We don't take days off.
We don't take days off. Days off are for pussies.
Yeah. Although I'm gonna be really
Yeah,
tired tomorrow
I'm
because
gonna
I
be
had a day
fucked up
off today.
tomorrow too. Welcome
Oh,
to episode 18 of Just Got Off Podcast, Memorial Day edition.
Uh-oh, burnt
Yeah.
ball in the chat.
He's already burnt ball. He's already in here. Here we go.
Oh, man. Damn. What a weekend.
Wow. Yeah, really.
It's been a crazy long weekend.
I'm tired. I know you're tired.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a gig this weekend, man.
Yeah, but you did get to do something that's super cool that I feel like everybody in their life should do once.
Yep, I can check it off my bucket list. I will say that if it gets hotter than it was, any hotter than it was when we were there yesterday, I won't be going. I'm telling you right now. We went to the Indianapolis 500 yesterday, and let me tell you what, it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's a spectacular
It
event.
was fucking amazing. Like the craziest
As a race
thing.
fan, it's hard for me to like it just because I'm one that likes to see all the action. I want to be able to see
Right.
all the track and see everything and cover all aspects of it.
Right.
And that place is huge.
Oh yeah.
Huge. You just can't. You
It's
know what
just-
I mean?
yeah,
So
it's
it's one of those
impossible.
deals that it's just it gets boring for me, I guess, you know. But it is a crazy atmosphere. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
it
like
was,
I said, everybody should experience it once. Just
One
because
time,
there's
do
so
it at
many
least
damn
once.
people.
Yep. My mom sent me a message the day before, or that morning, and she said that as of like 8 o'clock that morning, they still had 5,000 tickets available. They had sold 235,000 tickets that they had available as of 8
Jesus.
o'clock that morning. So I don't know how many they actually said, but they said it was 300,000 plus people in attendance, just in attendance.
And they
Just-
still blacked it out to where I couldn't see it.
Right.
I think that's such a dumb rule, man.
It's so
I hate
stupid,
that
man.
so much. You got the greatest spectacle in racing. Literally one of the biggest
Mhm.
races in the world, and you block it out for just one state?
So wait a
I
minute,
don't
they
get it,
didn't have
man.
a fucking broadcast in Indiana?
No, you can't pull it up on like it was even. I get comfortable here, man. Holy cow! But no, it's one of those deals where like on all the local channels and stuff, they do not play it.
Really?
In order to watch it, you have to have, and like like even on Peacock, like somebody said, go ahead and go on Peacock and you can watch it there. No, you can't, because even Peacock had it blacked out, and it's all based off of your location.
See, that's fucking bullshit, okay? And here's why. That's fucking bullshit. Because your zip code, you pay for a premium service. And regardless of what the fucking rules are, you pay for a premium service that says access to that particular channel and that programming on that channel. That should be an FCC, a Federal Communications Commission, fucking violation. The same as your internet provider has to provide you with a minimum of your internet speed, period. That's the fucking dumbest shit I've ever heard. Now I'm pissed off.
See, I'm telling you, and it made it worse. There's Megan in the chat. Hey, Megan. But there was they have a radio broadcast, which is how most of the people in Indiana listen to it, because the only way they will lift the blackout is that they sell out the whole entire track.
That's ridiculous. That's
And I think
stupid.
the only time that I remember, that it wasn't was, I think, for the 100th running, and there's probably times before that, but I don't know. I'm not sure where you're from, Keith. You feel free if you want to release that information on here, but I'm literally like 35 minutes off of 465, so I'm actually pretty close to the central part of Indiana. So, but yeah, I had a buddy that
I mean, it's never
lives in
it's never
Illinois,
been
and he was
blocked out.
watching it.
It's never been blacked out here in Terre Haute.
Lawrenceburg. See, you're close enough to Ohio though that it could have tricked it and said that you were out of state. See what I mean? Like I have a buddy that's just on the other side of the Illinois line. I have a couple other buddies in Ohio, and it worked great for them. But yeah, you're close enough. Lawrenceburg is close enough to Ohio and Kentucky, right there in that little crossover point there. That
Yeah, but if it's based
you
on
could pick up Ohio channels. You know what I mean? I can't.
yeah, but if it's based on on fucking zip code, and you're watching it on the internet, most of your
I'm telling you.
your shit
That's
that's so
stupid.
stupid. I'm not even gonna.
Well, and the
fucking-
worst, and I told my buddies, like, I, I think I even messaged you, like, I was all pitied on myself there for a while, because I was just like, I should have went, man. Like, I should have planned ahead and went. Like, a lot of my buddies were up there, and it just would have been a good time. And then, like, then I sat here as I was listening to the broadcast, and I remembered why, like, I get so frustrated with that event. And it's
Right.
because of the fucking commercials. It's,
Yeah.
let's see, Mom. Yeah, they can pull. Yeah, my parents could pull one of the. If you're close enough to Ohio or Illinois, they can pull one of the TV channels. But even the radio broadcast, even one of my buddies in the group chat was like, "Oh, that's awesome! Commercial on lap 54, and then another one on lap 56." It's like, I mean,
Right.
they were hammering the commercials, and I get it. It's a big event, and people pay a lot of money to have their
Right. Yeah.
their product thrown out there. But damn, I mean, yeah. So
That's just, I mean, they did. What was cool is, I knew going in there that I mean, the place is so goddamn big, you can't see all of the track, which is why I like dirt track racing, because normally the racing is super, super great, and you can get one seat anywhere in the house, and you can see everything. Even at big tracks, like at the Hoosier 100 at the State Fairgrounds, you can see
Yeah.
all of it from the main grandstands. Well, the
Yeah.
Indianapolis 500 is not that way, but they do a great job of
he
having
said doo doo.
they do. They do an awesome job of having these big giant screens up that you can see all of the action
Right.
going
You can
on.
actually see the TV broadcast being played.
It's different than the
track.
TV broadcast.
Really?
Yes, the announcers are different. Like what they have what's his name? Alan something. Used to broadcast NASCAR. Shit.
Oh man, I
Um,
don't remember.
Alan Beckwith, maybe? Is it Alan
think-
Beckwith? Yeah, that's
don't
who they had
remember.
at the track doing the track broadcast. And it was fucking amazing. And it was, within a second or two in real time. And it was a good experience. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just,
I've been a few times, and I've been for a lot of carb days, bump days. I've been for a lot of different days and stuff up there, qualifying. And it's all the same. I mean, it's all Alan Bestwick is what it is.
Mm.
Bestwick.
Alan
yeah. He
Bestwick.
just
Yeah, there
posted.
you go.
Yeah. But I mean, the intensity and the atmosphere is the same. I mean, race day is obviously a little bit more because everybody's there.
Right.
But it's just a cool place.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've ever been to the museum that they have there.
It's been
even
25
better.
years since I've been there.
Oh man, you fucking missed out then when they had the dirt, like when they had the dirt stuff in the museum, like all the Jeff Gordon's midgets and stuff like that in there.
Yeah,
That was
and
incredible.
We even went on like a school trip or whatever. But now that
Oh,
I've
yeah.
been there, I want to get tickets for the BC 39. I
You
want
need
to
to.
I want to go see
Yeah.
that for sure. So
It's pretty cool. I've been.
that'll
I
be
actually.
next time. I don't know
for
if
the
I'll go
first
this year,
one-
but I'll go eventually, maybe next year.
I actually worked at the first one and wrenched for Dave Darland when he was running for Petries. I
Cool.
got a hold of Scott and asked him if he needed any help or whatever, and he said, "Yeah, we could always use help, man. Come on down. I'll get your pit pass." And
There you
so
go.
he covered me, and he assigned me to work with Dave Darlin. So that was
Hell
a
yeah.
pretty cool deal.
Cool.
He's so laid back, man.
So yeah,
Dave's a real cool
we
guy to work for.
we sat in turn 4, so we could see. We sat right in the middle of turn 4, so we could see practically all of turn 3 from the end
Everything
of the
coming
backstretch.
in.
Everything coming in, and we could see all the way down the front stretch and the
That's
very
a long ass straightaway
and
too, ain't
5/8 of a mile, yeah.
it?
And we could see like the first 30-40% of turn 1, and so like I was super happy with our seats. We were up high enough, and during one of the red flags there were people in our section that started the wave thing where you stand up,
Right.
right? So they get it going, and there's some people that are being fuddy-duddies, and they're like, oh, whatever, and then finally the people past them, it starts to make its way around turn 4, okay? And halfway down the short chute between turn 4 is where the grandstands actually end, and then there's a space, and then there's another turn 3
gap.
grandstand. So it goes all the way down. So we're in the middle of turn 4. It goes all the way down. The turn 4 grandstand gets in the middle of the short chute, and then when it gets there, those people on the end of the grandstand started doing their
Pick it up.
own and sent it back. And it goes all the way from the middle of the short chute between turn 3 and 4 and went all the way around to the main grandstand. And them little hoity-toity motherfuckers over there with all the money sitting in their shade, they were like, we're not going to stand up for your stupid petty wave. Nah. And everybody was like, dude, the whole fucking turn 4 and turn 3 area, when it stopped, biggest boos ever.
Oh yeah, and everybody on the front stretch, if they didn't know what was going over, they're looking over like, "The fuck's there?"
Yeah.
But it's still like, yeah,
Dude, it was
like
so
I've seen,
cool.
we had talked about this, and I've been a part of the waves in like basketball stadiums and football stadiums, but man, a place like that,
Dude, yeah.
that's huge,
Yeah.
huge.
Like
I
them
think I
people
was
that in
seeing
turn
posts
3
of-
over there, they're a half mile away from me.
Yeah, like
You
I was
know?
seeing posts and stuff where like, I think like the top 7, like biggest places, like there's all kinds of like arenas and the White House and
Right.
stadiums and shit. Some of your biggest attraction places can sit inside the property, inside
Yeah,
the
Vatican
track
City, Yankee
Yeah.
Stadium,
Yeah.
like yeah.
It could sit inside
Inside the
So,
track limits. Yeah, the inside
Yeah.
track limits, yeah.
It's wild.
Fucking-
People don't understand how big that place actually
Oh, it's just
is.
and people like just the mass of humanity going on.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh my
there's all
God.
yeah. You could expect to see anything there. I didn't go to the big 500. I went to the little 500.
Yes, at
So-
Anderson Speedway. That's always one of my
Yeah.
favorite things about this time of year is I love the chaos of that particular race. And you yourself actually got to experience a little bit of, you do it every year,
Frustration.
a little
Sorry,
bit of
I figured I'd
frustration,
fill-
but
I'd
tell our
figure-
people
put your
about what
sentence.
you did at Anderson Speedway this weekend.
So this is actually my 6th year being a right front tire changer. So anybody that doesn't know what the little 500 is, it's a 500 lap pavement sprint car race. It's on a high banked, fastest high bank quarter-mile oval in the world in Anderson, Indiana. They more or less kind of treat it just like the Indy 500, not as much, obviously not as long of a distance, but it is a 500 lap race. They qualify 33 sprint cars in on this quarter-mile track, and they start them 3 wide, 11 rows of 3.
That's
So,
amazing. And it's dude, it's a
and
clusterfuck from the
It's
get-go.
barely- Yeah, it's barely wide enough for those 3. But,
Oh, it's so good.
It is intense. You have to do 2 pit stops minimum, just because you can't make it on fuel and tires. Yeah, they come rolling in, they open the pits up and they come rolling in full speed. And I am the stopper. I am the stop marker. I always have been. I wave, I point right in front of me, and that's where the driver aims the right front to stop at. And we get everything set up and adjusted in the pits according to where I'm going to be standing. So we tape it off. That way I know where to be. I get him all flagged down. I got a jack guy, I got a tire guy, and my job's to bust the nut off of there.
Bust the
Get the
nut,
tire off,
baby.
get the tire off, get the new
Nut
tire on, take the new nut, spin it back, hammer it on, get the fuck out of there and start calling for a truck.
Yep.
So both pit stops sucked, and it was just kind of bad luck. We were avoiding a wreck before our first stop even happened on the front stretch. Got ass packed, bent the bumper down. So we came in for the pit. I got the nut off, and when I set the gun down, I thought I set it down too hard and hit the line, and I thought I broke the fitting off in the gun, but the fitting actually just blew out of the gun. It came out. Somehow it came out of
the actual screw part.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get this tire off, and this hose is blowing around, busting me in the legs and shit, and I'm trying to get the wheel off. And it's one of those things that I'm so hard on myself because I expect perfection when I'm helping somebody in an event of that caliber. It's like I don't like those fuck ups. Realistically, we didn't lose much time just because we're fast enough, and we were talking about it with a group of us that we've all been together for 6 years. We've all been doing the same job for 6 years. We keep making little upgrades that help get us faster every year. And so realistically, I didn't lose any time just because my guys were so quick, and I knew that if I could get the other wheel on and the nut started, I had a right rear tire changer that had a gun that was just as fast as I was that could get it on, and we were still going to be waiting on a fucking truck if you know how little 500 works.
The truck was going to. You had said that before the race when you and I were talking about it off air, that the hardest part
every year, man.
The hardest part is, like, hey motherfucker, like, we're ready to be pushed off,
Yeah, and that is the hardest part of the pit stops. I mean, you could do an IndyCar pit stop, and it's not gonna matter if you don't have a truck there to get you out quick enough.
Right. Yeah.
But it was fun, man. But yeah, they went to push us out for that first pit stop, and the bumper was so low that the bumper of the truck jumped over, and we lost like 2 laps right there, 2 or 3 laps right off the gate.
Right.
Buried us, and we had to play catch up the rest of the night. Second pit stop. We don't have a third. Second pit stop. We had the idea to put a jack for the guys on the rear. We had an extra jack, so jack the rear of the car up, and then put another jack underneath the rear bumper, the bar. And then when they filled it up with fuel, changed the tires, they dropped the jack under the rear end. The weight of the car slams down and bends the bumper back up. That way it fixes the situation. We don't get our ass jumped again by the next truck. It works. Okay, so we get a truck called over there, and he knew he was in our area all night. So he's seen what happened the first time, and he was in a taller truck than the one before.
Right.
But he came over, like, we're waving him down, flagging, hey, and like he like rolls up beside us, like going to pass us, and we're like, what the fuck, where are you going? He's like, your bumper's too low. So we fixed it. Are you fucking blind? And he like kind of turned and looked, and he threw it in reverse. I mean, we're just motherfucking this guy.
Poor guy. He's just trying to do a job, you know?
Yeah, and like me and Jacob Wilson, who was actually driving for us this year, we talked about it the night before that I think the way they find the little 500 push truck drivers is they go to a senior citizen hall where they're playing bingo, and all the people who don't win a game of bingo get awarded to drive one of these trucks at the at the Anderson Speedway. So if you don't win a bingo game, you actually still win. You win a free trip to Anderson Speedway to be in a push truck because they are senile and they are assholes. They don't
angry.
see shit, and they're very slow. Yeah, so
I need to make a trip up there and do that.
I told Jacob, I said I would never ever want to be a push truck driver for Anderson, because if you look at it from their point of view, it is one of those deals that it's very, very stressful. I mean, when you look from the grandstands, there are so many people down there that it could be very dangerous. I mean,
it's just chaos.
My job is one of the most dangerous that there is. For one, I'm standing out where all these cars and trucks are passing right behind my feet. I mean, they're shoving them off full bore, getting their ass back out on the track and trying to get out in front of the truck, the pace truck, so they can stay on that lap.
Right.
Because if they come out behind it, they have to fall back in line and they lose a lap because a pace truck passed them.
Right.
So you got all these guys flying through there. All the trucks are flying through there. And like our situation, me and my guy that's on the jack, we're the guy that our car has to stop for. If the brakes are not there, we are the ones that have to try and figure out how we are going to get him stopped.
Right.
So you got all these cars that are running 500 laps and brakes are petered out, man.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them are losing them by 300. So
well, there was a little bit of that happened in the Indy 500 there for that second to last red flag, where Pato O'Ward wrecked.
Oh, I didn't get to see it.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Pato O'Ward wrecked, and as everything's kind of calming down, one of the guys had come through, and he couldn't see or anything, but was involved in a little contact before, and was just kind of rolling, and literally like just rolled over the back of Pato's car and like popped straight up in the air, like
oh man,
didn't have no brakes.
Yeah, my wife said she took offense to that bingo comment because she loves to go play bingo. Her and her mom do, and they went up to this bingo all this Sunday. I know she's listening, so you better be careful. But yeah, they went up there Sunday and they didn't hit anything. So
I'm gonna
she would have been volunteered for a push truck driver at Henderson.
Oh God, I would not want Karina being behind a wheel of a push truck. I'm telling you right now.
No, dude, she'd be giving people concussion checks for sure.
Oh man, your dad said I'm putting a push board on my Liberty and applying. Let's do it. Let's do it, Fred.
Funny story though, with when we first started running TQ, is we had that Liberty, and Dad actually went to push me off on the TQ one time, and it's just a plastic bumper, and you kind of, if you go up on it soft enough, like you can go ahead and push it off and it doesn't do no damage. But he hit me hard one time and it, like the top part of the bumper, the little stem, poked right back through the plastic piece on the bumper. So to this day, that Jeep Liberty still has a hole in the front part of the bumper. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. We pull started a TQ one time too, because Dad wasn't up there and he had the Jeep, and my uncle, all he had was a minivan, and me and my uncle were working on it and wanted to get it fired up for the race. So we just took a tow rope and pulled the hatch up on the minivan, hooked a tow rope to the inside part of the latch, and then we did a couple wraparounds on the front part of the cage, and I just held on to it. He just took off in the minivan, and we were going through the yard. I got oil pressure, hit the switch, let the rope go, and turned off.
That's great.
We didn't need Fred.
Keith said, plays bingo and stars in a scary movie. You better keep her, Johnny boy.
We're gonna have all kinds of fun later in life.
It's gonna be great. Well, we went right into.
So we were way behind.
Yeah, we went right into a bunch of crap there. Anyway,
okay.
The weekend recap always ends up taking like a half hour, 45 minutes, and then we have to cram everything home. But today is National Memorial / Decoration Day, and then also National Mount Everest Day. And I'm going to tell you why it's National Mount Everest Day. You want to know why?
I was hoping you would have something on this, because when I pulled up the national days, there wasn't shit.
Right.
And I'm fine with that, because Memorial Day should almost have all the attention.
Right.
This day should have all the attention on all of our lost heroes and soldiers.
Yes.
So, tell me about the National Mount Everest Day, because that was the only other cool one on there worth mentioning.
Right. Today is in 1953, Edmund Hillary, who is now Sir Edmund Hillary, and Tenzing Norgay of Nepal are the first to reach the summit of Mount Everest as a part of a British expedition. So that is why today is National Mount Everest Day.
Wow.
Today was the first day that a human ever reached the peak of Mount Everest, reached the summit.
In what year?
1953.
Was this part of your history too?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome how like we don't even, so for anybody that knows, like when I put these episodes together, I kind of do the national days and my would you rathers, and I come up with my topic, and Dano does his thing. We don't communicate those through the week.
No.
When we log in and do these, I see what he's doing. I learn what he's doing on his days in history and learn what his topic is when we all get in here. We don't discuss this shit. So it's kind of cool how that just collaborated with how my national day rolled right into your your day
Right.
in
And
history.
then last week, I think it was Monday or Tuesday when I saw it. There was a blind man that actually scaled Mount Everest. Let's see. Not kidding.
No, I'm laughing about something that happened last week. You were talking about a blind person. So we are rolling down the street in Rushville, okay? And I see this kid walking down the sidewalk, and I'll tell you what he had in his hand here in a second. But Karina does a neck breaker, looking over her shoulder, and she goes, "That doesn't seem safe." I said, "What?" And she said, "There's a blind kid walking down the street." I said, "A blind kid?" She's like, "Yeah, he had his walking stick and everything." He was not fucking blind. The kid was carrying a tackle box and a fishing pole, Karina. I said he was. Well, it looked like a walking stick. How did you know? I was like, I seen him. I was wondering why he was in the middle of town with a fishing pole and a tackle box because there is no body of waters for a half a mile if the kid's on foot. But it wasn't a walking stick.
That's funny. He's tapping
Oh.
he's tapping a buzz bait on the concrete.
Oh my. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what she
shit.
thought it was. But I'm just like, good lord, a fishing pole and a tackle box.
Karina. Oh my God. Come on now.
God love her.
Jeez Louise. All right, so let's see what this one was interesting too. I thought this was kind of cool because we actually parked pretty close to the Coca-Cola parking lot for the Indianapolis 500. In 1886, American pharmacist John Pemberton begins to advertise his patent medicine, Coca-Cola, in Atlanta, Georgia.
Really?
Yep.
A medicine?
It was first supposed to be some type of like headache medicine, I believe.
So just like the can of Coca-Cola, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. And did you know that the curvy Coca-Cola bottle was actually invented right here in Terre Haute?
Really?
Yep.
The old glass
factory,
bottles.
the old glass bottles, the old curvy bottles. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Now I think you can still buy those style bottles.
Yes,
right?
you can. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Every
They
once
still
in
make
a while,
them.
you can still get those.
You can get them in like what they call them Mexican Cokes. They have like a different. My voice cracked. Did you hear that? That was awesome.
Oh yeah, you're still growing up. It's okay. So one cool thing, I think I mentioned. We covered it on a past episode about how my grandma used to work in Disney World.
Mhm.
We went down there on a family trip one time, and they actually have the Taste of the World or something like that down
Mhm.
there. And you go in there, and they have all these pop dispensers, and they have Cokes from all over, from like Japan, China, just all Germany, all these different Coca-Colas and what their Coke is in their country.
Mm.
And there are some of them that are really good, and then there are some of them that are terrible.
Let me ask you this: what about people putting peanuts in Coke? Have you ever heard of that?
I've never heard of it. I've actually I've heard of it, but I've never tried it. I don't drink a lot. Like
Yeah, you don't drink
I don't
a lot
drink
of
a whole
soda.
lot of pop. Yeah, but I do got my Monster tonight. My orange Dreamsicle. It tastes like the orange orange push pops.
My buddy Richie Chubb loves those things.
They are
we're
magnificent,
gonna
and you
have to
can't
tag
hardly
him.
find them anywhere.
Yeah,
That's
the
the
thing is like
downfall.
you can't. My buddy Frog, he sent a picture of he found them once and sent a picture to Chubb with an orange Dreamsicle Monster and was like, "Look at me, Chubb. I got one. I found one." Chubb was like, "I'm not talking to you anymore."
Yeah, I found these and then the white pineapple at the same time, and I tried this orange Dreamsicle.
They
and
have a white
it's
pineapple?
probably it is fucking amazing too. Yeah,
Wow.
yep,
Tell
it's
me
pretty
this,
good.
man. Oh man.
Monster's got to come in at some point, dude.
They will. I mean, the more
I don't
the,
even care if it's something small.
the more the
We plugged
podcast
them
gets
so
shared by
hard.
our following and our just got offers, the more you share it, the more odds are we're gonna have to be a monster sponsorship thing going on here in the future. So, but keep that in mind.
And we
when
can
you're-
do more cool shit
We'll
that
do
way.
more cool shit. In 1900, Otis Elevator Company trademarked the name Escalator. In 1900.
In what year?
In
okay.
1900. So
I'd hate to see what I'm sketched out of some of the Escalators they have today. I'd hate to see what a 1900 one was.
yeah, the safety regulations back then were not as good as they are today.
I just picture Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like all stretched out on it. I've seen the Peanuts put in Coke, but no clue what it was about. I've never tried it.
I
I don't
haven't
know.
either.
Dad commented on it.
That's ruin a perfectly good peanut, like I just eat the peanuts. Piss on trying to put them in a Coke. I don't even really like Coke that much.
Oh, all right, next one. What you got?
Next one, in 1919, Charles Strite files patent for the automatic pop-up toaster.
Who? Charles who?
Charles Strite. He was the inventor of the pop-up toaster. Strite.
So, he is the CEO of Jump Scares.
Right. For cats.
Because they scare the shit out of me.
Let's see. You know this song, I'm dreaming of a
White Christmas, yeah.
Christmas, right? Today in 1942, Bing Crosby recorded that song, a world's best-selling single, by the way.
In May. He recorded that in May.
In May of 1942.
That dude is feeling the Christmas spirit.
In the middle of World War II.
Isn't that when Columbus? No.
That was 1492.
Yeah, I'm a little dyslexic. It's all right.
In 1943, meat and cheese were officially rationed in the U.S. due to World War II. So then there was not a whole lot going on interesting. There was in the world, but there's some stuff and people that I don't know about, so we're just going to skip that. And staying with the Week of Indy theme, in 1971, defending champion Al Unser Sr. becomes first and only driver to win his race on his birthday. He led for 83 laps.
Wow.
How about that?
That's pretty damn cool. What a birthday present.
Fucking A, right?
Win the biggest race in the world on your birthday. That dude's shaking her down. Party hard that night.
6 years later, in 1977, A.J. Foyt became the first driver to win the Indy 500 4 times. It was the last time a winning car was built entirely within the United States of America. And that year as well, Janet Guthrie was the first female to qualify. She lasted 27 laps. Ha-ha.
See, guys do last longer than girls. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. Oh, man.
Man. I was really, really, really rooting for Helio to get his 5th. Hey, Dunk, what's up, buddy?
That would have been really cool.
That'd have been great.
That would have been...
I was hoping Stingray Robb would have made a name for himself. I
read an article about that guy, and I was a fan. He's just a little guy, and there was a reporter. No, Rick Lane. I think that's who it was. Don't quote me. He's a photographer down in Lawrenceburg, but he actually talked to a guy during the qualifying run of Stingray Robb, and saw this guy sitting there, and he went over and talked to him and stuff, and found out that it was Stingray Robb's dad.
Really?
And yeah, I guess they sat there and talked for a half hour, 45 minutes, and he was telling him, that I never would have guessed that he would have made it this far.
Wow.
It was just a matter of those right place, right time, and right opportunities. And he said, I can't believe he's here. He said it's a dream come true for him to be able to be here and be in this event,
Right.
And
yeah,
it was cool. It's really cool to hear those stories of people that just were like, oh yeah, I paid this guy this much money and did this. It's just nice to know that people out there still work their fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And and one of the things that I've been watching here recently is that new series. I finished the second episode today. There's only 2 out right now.
I've watched the first 2 today.
On Dirt?
On Dirt, yeah.
Okay, so you did get him.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I'm just going to name drop him. Justin Grant.
Yep.
I've always had a huge appreciation for that dude just because he takes pride in setting his cars up and working on them and being such a huge part of everything.
Right.
You know,
he's involved in every aspect of it.
Oh yeah,
in one way or another.
yeah, and I mean he just never stops. I mean
Right.
it's awesome. But that's the same way with people that make it on that level. Excuse me, to IndyCar is, um, some of those guys that work really hard to get to where they're at, and they're humble about it.
Right.
Their families are very humble and don't take it for granted.
Right.
That's the little guys that I want to root for.
Those are the guys that I like to root for as well. I
Yeah.
had a couple. My buddy Dave Hunt, who's played in a band here in Terre Haute called the Mac Daddies for years. He was the turn one spotter for Colton Herta. So it's kind of like I have an obligation for Dave being a musician. I know Dave personally. I want to root for Colton Herta. I've usually got 3 or 4 or 5 people that I have some type of like connection to that I want to root for.
Right.
Or saw a cool interview or they did something cool with kids that I thought was neat. And those are the people.
See, one
that
of
I
mine
root
was
for.
one of mine was Alexander Rossi, just
Right.
because the year that he won the Indy 500 was also the year that I was working at Andretti's
Right.
for their sprint car team.
Yeah, same
And
thing.
I actually got to talk to him in the bays where they have all the trucks and stuff shortly after, and talk to him personally about his experience and how he felt through those closing laps, knowing that he was complete on fuel safe mode and was just happening to pedal it.
Pedal it the
While
whole
these
way.
guys are
Yeah.
fucking gung ho on him, trying to run his ass down. And
Right.
it's just cool. I mean, when you can get to talk to somebody like that on a personal level and feel their passion and just feel their energy off of it, it just
Right.
makes you like them. It makes you appreciate
going
their
yeah,
hustle, and
and going back to
it shows that they're human too.
right, and going back to the dirt thing too. Like I'm really actually having a good time watching Thomas Meserol and his Team STV on YouTube.
right.
Like he's
Because
working
he's
hard.
doing it hard on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
He doesn't have people doing that shit for him. I actually seen, and we've actually talked about trying to get T-Mez on here, and I hope he still does. I mean, we've messaged back and forth, and he seems interested. But I also seen that one of his posts says that Mondays is his day to work hard on trying to break down film and do all of his editing and stuff
Right.
for T-Mez TV. So, if he doesn't get to make it on here, I completely
I would
respect what
love
he's
to have
doing.
T-Mez on here. That would be so good. We could get him to kind of, not that he's not loose anyway, but get him to do some things, outside of the racing thing that he wouldn't normally do. Get him to
Right.
answer a bunch of would you rathers and
Or just tell us some stories.
tell us some stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, maybe it's
That'd be pretty
Monday
cool.
during the day he works on stuff and not necessarily in the evening.
Yeah, I don't know what happens when he just gets off.
I mean, either. If I did, we'd probably be in a relationship at this point.
That's not good. See, that just stuck a fork in it. He's definitely
Right.
not going on now.
All right, let me finish up these this day in history real quick. In 1987, Michael Jackson attempted to buy Elephant Man's remains.
Who is Elephant Man?
Elephant Man is, I want to say, well, there's a couple.
Either you're about to show your age or I am. I don't I don't know which it is, because I feel like you know who he is and I definitely don't. So
because there was a movie. Do you know, at least you know who Michael Jackson is?
yes, dude. I remember where I was when they announced that he was dead. I was
Right, I do
actually
too.
playing the coin pusher game at the county fair.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
I was standing there, and they came over the radio. All the PAs that was playing all the music for all the rides, all of them cut off, and Michael Jackson has been pronounced dead.
Okay, the guy's
like,
name was
wow.
Joseph Merrick, and he was born in 1862. He died in April of 1890. He was an
Jesus.
Englishman known for having severe deformities. He was first exhibited at a freak show under the stage name The Elephant Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not museum?
I believe
I
so, yeah.
I think I seen him down in Gatlinburg. Karina and I were down there for a wedding in last September, I think it was, for one of her friends' weddings. We went there, and I think I remember seeing. There's so much shit in there, but I think I remember seeing that because he was actually on one of the posters or one of the articles or something.
May have been, yeah. I mean, the
That's
Wikipedia
crazy.
on this guy is freaking huge.
Oh, I bet.
It's
And then
big.
they had like the lizard guy or something like that because he
Yeah.
has like scales tattooed on like 90-something% of his
Yeah, he's
body,
got
and
like
he's got his
weird
tongue
like implants in
split.
his eyeballs and his forehead
Oh
and shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty wicked.
Yeah. In
Uh,
1999, the Space Shuttle Discovery completed its first docking with the International Space Station.
I was 8 years old.
How old was I? I was 15. Yeah, 15. 99. I was 15.
What month?
August. It doesn't
So
say.
I was actually 7
Well, it
then.
doesn't
I was
say.
getting ready to turn 8.
And then this one directly relates to the game of golf. In 2017, Tiger Woods was arrested and charged with driving under the influence in Jupiter, Florida.
What number was that? What DUI? What number DUI was that?
I don't know.
He's been
That's
hit a
probably
few
the one that he
times.
was famous for the whole like the people that people made shirts and shit over.
Oh yeah,
The whole
because of his
mugshot
mugshot.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he was trashed. He
Yeah, he
didn't
was
know where he
loaded.
was looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty hurt.
All
Oh
right.
man.
10 after 9 here. Let's do a most embarrassing moment for your topic here.
Yeah, so have you ever had like a most embarrassing moment? You're pretty straight out there. I mean, you're one of them that doesn't. I mean, you are who you are, and there's really not much that you do that I think you feel too ashamed about.
No.
But there was a time. There had to have been a time in your life to where your guard was down and you did something that you were embarrassed of. Funny or not? Mine's a funny, but I'll let you go
The only
first.
thing that I can think of off the top of my head is we were playing a gig one night and there's a certain part in a song where it I would step up to the microphone and let out this like big giant guttural blood curdling like metal
Like a scream.
scream. Like wow, like just like fucking I mean, it wasn't just
That
like
was
something
good.
like
That was good.
it wasn't something like Joan Jett, just wow. It was like a big, like 10, 15
Drawn
second
out one.
drawn out one. Yeah.
Right.
And so I inhale, I step up to the mic, I go to rah, and fucking next thing you know, I'm being picked up off of the floor by my backup singer and my lead singer. I had somehow managed to pass out during that thing, and I don't remember what happened. I just remember going, oh, damn. Well, that's crazy. And so I make sure my guitar is in tune, and I step on my lead boost channel and commence to doing the shred, and went right into the
Oh
solo
man.
after that.
Scream like a Karen is what Scott Hampton said. Welcome to the podcast, dude. Scott is
Check out our
Scott is the guy
Instagram.
that
If you want to know what
oh
screaming like a Karen is like, listen to
yeah,
John
fuck
scream
off.
on our Instagram.
Yeah, that was pretty. Anybody's gonna scream when a hand drops from a ceiling in a dark room. That's all there is to that. But
Hello,
no.
Scott. How
So
are you, sir?
mine was in high school, and this is the only one that really comes to my mind because I'm pretty out there too. I don't really say scream like Karina is what he meant to say. He forgot the A. That's all right. Shit, Karina will get him back for that later. I don't have to do nothing. She handles her own. But no, mine. I'm pretty drawn out there too, to where I just say whatever, and I don't really care. But this one wasn't talking. Like I don't know if you remember when you were in school, if you had to fart during class or something,
Oh
you
yeah.
you get the hard ass little chairs that you're sitting on
Yeah.
the desks and stuff, and you could always let out like that little test push.
Right.
And find out how loud it's gonna be, and if it's just the little air puff, you can kind of let it out and it just kind of rolls out, no sound. You can always fake out the smell, dude. Blame that on somebody else, whatever.
Right.
They didn't hear it from you, so. But you get some of those, you get the little pop, and you're like, oh, yep, we'll save that one for later. But
Get back up in there,
this one-
buddy.
yeah. So this one, it was during a test. This one was during a test. You could have heard a pin drop in this classroom, and I remember letting out the test push, and it's just lets a little screamer out, dude, and I'm just like, oh fuck. I mean, and I could just feel my whole fucking face just flush red. Everybody's head came up off their paper, turn around looking at me. Teachers up off her desk looking at me. You couldn't. I mean, it was one of those that it was just so distinct that you knew where it came from, and everybody just poof right to me.
All right.
It was bad. Yeah, I could have fucking died right then and there.
I
You
got
know, yeah.
I got an after school detention for once, almost the same situation. I was in, I think it was a business foundations class maybe, and we had a student teacher, and she was a fucking hard ass bitch. Like she was just resting bitch face, just fucking no personality, just fucking mean. I want to make a name for myself, before I even graduate college, that I'm the meanest
Right.
teacher on the planet. Yeah, she was just a bitch, and so I get into her class, and it's like, I don't know, fucking 8:45 or whatever. We started school at like 8:05, something like
Right.
that. And so I didn't have my morning poop. So it's like 8:45. My guts are starting to rumble. And so I raise my hand. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I use the restroom? And she's like, no, you can sit there and hold it. And so like 15 minutes goes by. And finally I'm just like, hey, I really need to go to the restroom. Like if you
This
don't
is
let
a
me go.
problem.
Yeah, it's gurgling. It's getting ready to, we're gonna have a problem here in
We
here in
got a
about 20
turtle
seconds.
head.
Right. And she goes, no, I told you before, you can sit there and hold it. And so another like 2 minutes goes by. I stand up out of my desk and I walk toward the door, and she says, where do you think you're going? I said, I'm going to take a shit. And if you don't want me to shit in your trash can, I suggest you get the fuck out of my way. And I fucking proceeded to force the door open. By this time, she's standing at the door holding the door closed.
That would piss me off.
And
that
so-
that pisses me off today for anybody's situation.
Yeah, so she held the door closed, and I finally ripped the door open, and I went down to the bathroom, and I took a shit. And as soon as I come out of the bathroom, the dean of boys was standing there. He was like, hey, we need to go to the office real quick.
Perfect. Call my parents. and have
Perfect.
them
Call
come
my
here
parents.
because
This
we're
bitch-
all
this-
we're
yeah.
all having a fucking conversation.
Yeah, they gave me an
being
after school detention
inhumane.
for an hour.
Fuck that. That's inhumane practice. I
Yeah.
get it, like for kids that want to abuse it and do it all the time. But if there's somebody that legitimately has to go to the bathroom, don't fucking make somebody.
Yeah,
do
and it's
that.
not like I was a troublemaker and was like asking to go to the bathroom every day,
Right. Like one memory specifically that comes in, and I boycotted this place for a long time. One of my ex had kids, and he was 6 years old, and we were in the store, and he needed to pee really bad, like damn near in tears, got to pee. And I asked if he could use the restroom, and they told him no. Said there was nobody was allowed, no kids were allowed in the bathroom.
Right, no public restroom
like-
or whatever. That's stupid.
Are you kidding me?
That's like the
and
lady
they're
at Burger
like,
King
yeah.
on my way back from
I'm like,
Chicago
you
telling
lazy
me
bitch.
that.
Literally, I'm going with him. I'm not going in there with a backpack. I'm not going in there with
Right.
items to steal.
I don't have
I'm not
goods
going in there to
yeah.
ruin your shit. He literally has to the kid has to pee. What the fuck you
I'd
want me
let
to
him
do?
piss
We're
all
in a
over the fucking
plaza
floor
at
at that
nighttime.
point.
Yeah, I legitimately I was like, come on, dude, let's go somewhere else. I'll come back and get you guys. But it was like one of those deals that just pissed. I quit shopping there for a long
Right.
time. I don't know if I've ever bought anything from that store since. I'm like,
Wow.
fuck that place, man. Like if
Fuck,
you're
yeah.
not gonna let a kid
That's
use the
stupid,
restroom, that's a
man.
problem.
Like, there's a couple things that are like kind of fucking like guaranteed in life, and like I need to have a place to go take a piss and go take a shit regardless,
Restrooms are a big deal.
Like
We
I
were
don't
talking about it
care,
today.
like just
We got
because
our
it
driver
says,
strapped
okay,
in at the little 500, and there was only 2 porta potties in the infield, and every fucking crew person went over to those 2 porta potties
Right.
and was trying to rotate it out before the race went live, and we're just
Right.
like, God dang, man, like this sucks.
that's like when they have in a restaurant or something, and there's like a men's restroom and a women's restroom. If there's just one toilet and one sink in each restroom, I'm using the women's if I need to.
Yeah,
Period.
that shit just needs to be unisex.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's just a one deal.
Yeah.
I get it if they've got like multiple in there, or the guys just have urinals, whatever, separate them. But
Yeah,
if it's
the
just a
only
one man
difference that
band
makes it a
deal,
men's and women's bathroom is the urinal, then by all means, I will use the women's if it's a dire emergency situation.
yeah, You've got long enough hair to get away with that. Your beard's gonna throw them off, but
Yeah, we were
your
in
hair,
Sullivan.
Your hair will be excused.
Right. I did that in Sullivan. Like, walked up to the men's restroom and like jiggled the handle and like it was locked, and so I'm like, shit, I gotta go. So in the women's I go, and then when I come out, there's like a little 7-year-old girl waiting there.
Oh no, yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Have fun there, man.
Yeah.
That reminds me, we were actually talking about it today when Karina and I were on our honeymoon. We stopped in this little plaza that had gift shop stuff, that had the souvenir stuff that we could take back home to our family, and we were trying to buy a bunch of shit. And I went in there, and I felt it. I had to go. I got to go bad. And I asked them if they had a restroom, and they're like, no. Well, there's a public one outside, down, just down the sidewalk. And I was like, where's it at? And they pointed at me. I was like, all right, cool. So I told Karina, I said, I can't hold it. I got to go. I'll be right back. So I book it down the street, and I can't find this fucking restroom. And I'm like, golly.
Oh, no.
So I find this ice cream shop that was open. And I walk in, and I asked the guy, I said, hey, where's the restroom? A lady down there at the souvenir shop told me that there was a public restroom down here, but I'm not finding it. And he's like, man, just come in here and use mine. Just come in here and use mine. It's cool. I was like, all right, I appreciate it.
He
Thank
could
you.
see the panic on your face is what happened.
Either that, or he just didn't realize what was getting ready to happen. But I mean, I killed this bathroom. But I told him, I didn't mean, I like just, it was bad. We're on honeymoon. We're fucking eating all kinds of shit and drinking shit we shouldn't have. But I get done, and I told him, I said, hey, my wife's down at the souvenir shop. I said, when we get done, we're going to come down here and buy some ice cream. I greatly appreciate what you did, Oh, no problem. We'll see you in a little bit. I said, okay. So I got back here in the souvenir shop, and I told her, I said, so we got to go do something after we leave here. And she's like, what? And I was like, I promised the guy that we would come back and buy ice cream because he'd let me use his bathroom so I didn't have to use the public one. And she's like, okay. So we get back down there, and the place is called Jake's. It's down in Sarasota. And we go back in there, and he's showing us all these different ice creams, and he makes everything in-house. And I knew he had went in that bathroom because I left the light on for the fan and the door closed. And when I came back, door was open, light was off. So I know he had witnessed what had happened in there.
So you got the experience, yeah.
Dude, he was still so cool about it. And like, we got our ice cream, and we get down to the cash register, and I got my card out ready to pay. And he said, we told him we were down there for our honeymoon, and everything. And he's like, oh no, you guys are good. He said, congratulations. Enjoy celebrating the rest of the week. Thank you.
The king of free shit.
And I'm just like, I just killed this bathroom, and he still gave us free ice cream.
He felt sorry for you.
It was really cool, though, dude. And I told
Awesome.
her if we ever come back to Sarasota, we will visit Jake's again.
There you go.
And we'll forever shout that place out. It was awesome.
Great.
So
He'll see you walk in.
Oh, son
he'll
of a
lock
bitch,
the
yeah.
doors next time, yeah. Fuck that guy.
Damn it.
All right, so next topic is you.
Next topic is me. We covered all mine.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about
Oh,
the
did
Indy
we?
500. Yeah.
Oh, so that was
I
your...
didn't write it in there, did I? God damn it.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I didn't know when I rolled
All right,
in here.
Hold on. Wait a second.
So are we going to the Would You Rathers?
We're going to go to the Would You Rathers, I believe. I'm going to fix that
All
real
right.
quick.
So we're gonna go to an offensive one here, straight off the bat. Would you rather tell someone that their new baby is ugly, or tell someone that their new spouse is ugly?
I'd rather tell them their new spouse is ugly.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm swinging on somebody if they tell me my kid's ugly.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, you have a beautiful baby girl. Baby
and she knows
Bexley,
it.
man. She's my homie.
She really is, though, dude. Like, she can be just losing her shit in this house. I can come over here and sit in this chair and go, you want to see Dan Dan? Let's go see Dan Dan. And she will come over here and look up and be looking everywhere for his video, and she'll be waving. She'll automatically be waving up here to the
Makes
screen.
a pouty face.
Yep, that's her
Sticks her
sassy
tongue
face.
out at me. It's the cutest thing ever.
She's so damn ornery, man. And she's never met Dano, but she
Yeah.
just always that's
She's
her
never
thing.
actually, she's never
Wanna see
actually
Dan
seen
Dan.
me in person, which it might.
Yeah, that'll be
a little-
interesting
it'll-
because
yeah.
she shuts down like with people she's not around a whole lot. So
We'll see. We'll see if she recognizes the coolness. I bet
We'll see, yeah.
it'll be one of those things to where like if I just wave at her like I do on here, and then
Or
like
if
just
I
make
just say there's Dan,
or
just
just make a
cues,
face
give
at
her
her or
cues.
something, she'll be like, "Oh, haha," and put two and two
Yeah, she'll
together
be
and
like,
be like,
oh,
"He's really here. He does exist." Yeah.
he's
It's
not
like
just built into John's computer.
you know when I know that John and I are going to sit here and watch a race, it's like one of the things I look forward to is like if I get on here early enough, is she going to be standing down there in like the bottom corner of his screen
Oh
waiting
yeah,
for me
yeah,
to get on?
because she always pops up down here in the bottom corner, and she's just looking up there, seeing if Dano's on there all the time. We spend a lot of time just in our Discord, just watching races and shit too, just aside from doing the podcast.
You
And
are in
Owen
the
does
corner. They
too.
can see your leg.
And he always are those chicken legs? What are those?
The chicken legs.
All right. Thank God his kid gets their looks from her mother. Yes, that's true. Um, Jesus, like she's got her mom's cheeks, she's got her
Yeah.
mom's smile, she's got her mom's eyes. She's just got everything about her.
I mean,
It's
there's a couple
crazy.
things that you can tell it like she's your daughter.
Yeah,
Like there's a couple of those faces she makes, but when she smiles, it's you.
and
but-
nothing is scarier than seeing those faces. Like because I've seen baby
Right.
pictures of myself, growing up, and then there's pictures that I've taken of her, and when I go back and look at them, I'm like, holy shit, like that looks like me,
Right,
when
yeah.
I was a baby. It's real. Genetics are crazy, dude. Like it's
Yeah.
really wild how
And
that
see,
shit
I
works.
really didn't, I really didn't realize that like I am now that I'm older more of my father's son than I am my mother's son now.
Right.
When I was younger, before I turned 21, I looked exactly like my mom. Mannerisms, everything. But now that I'm older, I mean, I laugh like my dad. I used to smoke like my dad. I stand here, with my hands on my hips like my dad. It's just
There's a picture that I realized when I was a senior and we did my senior pictures that if you took my mom's senior pictures and mine and just took your hand and just kind of covered up everything from the hairline up, our faces are identical. Like
Yeah.
from her senior picture to my senior picture, it was scary.
Well,
I was
Stephanie's
like,
got
holy cow! I put them side by
picture.
side and sent them to her, and she's
Stephanie's
like,
got a
whoa.
picture of Bronson next to her baby picture, and it's literally like the same kid.
Yeah, and we just found some of Karina's mom next to Bexley.
Oh
and
man,
some of the mean faces that Bexley makes
Yeah.
is how her mom always looked when she was
that's
a baby.
good. That's so good.
It's just crazy how it throws back in generations like that. It's pretty wild. Yeah. So okay, next one. Would you rather eat broccoli flavored ice cream or eat meat flavored cookies?
I'd rather eat meat flavored cookies. I cannot fucking stand broccoli, cooked,
Really?
raw. Fucking even just thinking about it makes me want
Oh,
to throw up.
I didn't. Triggered. Holy shit! Right off the bat, like I like broccoli.
I can't stand it, man.
One of my favorite things is take broccoli and cauliflower. Like when I had to do my diet deal until I got my gallbladder out just to prevent the gallbladder attacks, I would take a baking sheet and throw frozen broccoli and cauliflower on it. You got to put a little oil down and cover it in oil and Parmesan and salt and pepper.
I'll eat fucking
and
saltine
throw
crackers
it
if that's
throw
the
it
case
in the
with me.
oven. Throw it in the oven and cook it until it starts getting the little brown edges on it. Oh, that's a killer snack with that Parmesan cheese melting over top of it. It's excellent.
Can't stand it.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the meat flavored cookies too. I like broccoli, but I just think that broccoli, like when I eat ice cream, I want a sweet cream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't.
I want
broccoli's
sweet
more
and
of a
creamy is what I
bitterness.
want.
Yeah, I think the only way that I could get away with the broccoli is if I could throw some butter and Parmesan on it too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't think I'm doing the meat flavored cookies. I don't know. It'd be
It
tough.
wouldn't matter to me.
Get-
I mean, because
Get a
like,
cookie that tastes like a steak. I could get past that.
yeah, me too. I've eaten little filet mignon medallions, so that's close enough to like just an extra thick cookie. So
Yeah,
You
there
know.
you go. Fat cookie.
fat cookie.
So here's the last one. And this one's one that Karina and I were joking about the other day, and I kind of made it a would you rather. Would you rather cut your pinky off for $10,000 or cut your wiener off for 100,000?
I cut my pinky off for 10 grand. As long as it's my right one.
Why are you right?
Because
You're right-handed, right?
Yeah, I use my left to play guitar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
My right
was
one
trying to figure
I
out where this was
don't
going.
use. Yeah, my right one I don't really use, and that's the one that's fucked up anyway. I can't open my hand any further than that.
Well, most people can. My shit.
Like, see if you look.
Oh, okay. You
See?
got it. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about like fingers back.
Yeah,
not
I can't.
widespread. Those are aiming backwards. I think there's something wrong with your left hand too. Your degrees on your left hand and right hand are backwards.
That's
look at them
that's
things.
my left hand.
There's so much curvature there.
That-
If
Oh,
something
that's
pops
as far
in
as
that
I can go.
if something pops in that microphone, I'm smacking the shit out of you. Can't do it. Stop it. Quit that shit.
No, John can't stand it.
No, dude, homie, don't play that.
No, don't play that. That's
Yeah, I don't do a popping bones and shit, man. Yeah.
I was sitting here the other night and I popped my neck and it came through the microphone and it sounded like it was like a,
Yeah, that's not good. It sounded like somebody stepped on a bubble wrap.
Yeah.
It wasn't good. So this conversation kind of came up because there was a person we knew that worked somewhere that they were around saws and they cut the tip of their pinky. Not off, just cut it.
Right.
But they had it bandaged up to where nobody's seen it, and they heard that if you lost a pinky or a half a pinky or whatever, a finger, that they would have to pay you $5,000. It was kind of like an insurance comp to.
Really?
So they went home and cut half their pinky off.
What?
I don't know if they ever got the money. I never got that side of it. But this person has a half a pinky
Wow.
because they went home and cut it off just for $5,000. So I bumped this one up just to kind of sweeten the pot a little bit and then add the wiener to it. But
I mean, as long as I could you're not cutting my wiener off. I don't care.
so well,
Period.
it got to the point to where I was getting Karina. I was just like, so you got $1,000 stacks, right?
Right.
Somebody just throwing them on a table, one after another. Bam, bam, bam. At what point in the stack of throwing it down do you say stop and that you're okay with cutting your finger off then?
That's gonna be a very, 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 very fucking large amount of space. Whole stacks of 1,000 bands.
I think she said $30,000.
30 grand. If she
$30,000 to lose a pinky.
30 grand to lose a pinky. I was going with penis, but you remember that picture?
No. Yeah, like I said, I added the wiener part just to sweeten the pot to make it interesting.
Gun to my head.
See if you would take it for 100.
Gun to my head, one or the other. Lose a penis for 100 grand or lose a pinky for 10. I'm losing a pinky.
Oh, she's $30,000 for a half a pinky. I don't fucking matter. It ain't gonna work right anyway. So you might as well just lose it.
Yeah, my right one don't work real good anyway because I smashed the shit out of it while laying block a while back. And it don't work real good anyway. It's about the laziest right part of my hand. I mean, you can see it
Yeah.
It's just like duh. It's just like it does its own thing. Like if I just lay it on the table, it comes out like that.
Oh man.
Which is great because that's how I hold a golf club.
Oh yeah, it's automatically just
perfect.
got it locked in place for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would have to do the. Oh yeah, I think I'd
Owen
have
said
to do
wiener
the.
so he doesn't have to pee anymore.
Yeah, and I told you. Yeah, that's exactly what he said. And I don't, because I was telling Karina my would you rather. I was doing some kid ones for him because some of these I have a site that I pull off and it randomizes them, and some like most of them I actually mix and match.
Right.
Like I don't actually take the whole would you rather sometimes. Sometimes I'll take a piece from one and another piece from the other. But I was reading these off to Karina earlier and Owen heard it and he's like, I lose my wiener. So I don't have to pee no more. What? But you still gotta pee. It doesn't work like that. Like you still gonna have to pee. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be a lot more difficult
And
now.
it's just because he hasn't used his to the full potential yet.
Yeah. Yeah, like here about a year ago or whatever, like he was just kid like when boys first find out about like
The
they
birds and the
find out
bees.
about it. Yeah. Well, I mean, no, just like that it does things, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he'd always be like, "Look, Mom, it's big." It's like, "Don't talk to me."
Ta-da!
It's like, "Go away." Yeah. He said at least you don't have to hold it. Yeah, I forget. Yeah. He ain't gotta wash his hands no more.
Right. Yeah, but you got to sit down now,
Uh,
buddy.
Yeah.
You can't just go pee anywhere now.
Well, in his defense, that still makes it easier because he already pulls his pants down just to pee.
I
So,
forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better now, so he's not completely just showing his ass to everybody in public bathrooms.
Good
But
deal. You know, he's what, about to be 6?
getting ready to turn 6 here in
Yeah.
like 3 weeks, man. He turns 6 June 19th.
I'll have to
So,
mail him something cool for his 6th birthday.
I think Karina actually just booked his birthday party here this evening.
Cool.
Get all that taken care of, or call and find out about the reservations and see what's available for that weekend. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. I mean, when I first started dating her, he was only 2. He was getting ready to turn 3 years old, and dude's getting ready to be in first grade next year.
All right,
It's
big
wild.
boy.
Yeah, and like we found a video the other day of him talking from 2 years ago, telling us, "Man, well, happy birthday," and like you can't really understand the kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's incredible with how improved his speech has gotten over the
Right.
last 2
That's what
years.
I'm looking
you know?
forward to the most with Bronson is when he starts, like when I walk in, he'll be like, Papa or whatever.
Oh, it's coming.
Like
It's
I
coming, and
can't
it
freaking
comes
wait,
quick.
dude. I can't
Yeah,
freaking
it's coming.
wait.
Like he'll start saying all kinds of stuff because
He's already
Bexley's
starting to
that
do
way
like the
now.
whole tat 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 pop 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 tap
Yeah.
pop. He's starting to.
This.
He hasn't
Yeah,
done that
Bexley,
yet. He hasn't said any words that I know of.
Yeah, Bexley was big on the this.
Yeah.
And she'll like point to it, and if she wants it and you're not understanding her, she'll grab your hand and she'll go to it and she'll point or she'll grab it. That's the most fun thing. Like I think that's the most frustrating part of kids when they're that young. If there's something wrong, you don't know what they want. Like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
I'm a communication person and that's very hard for me. So it's really cool that like I can grab her hand and say, "Show me," and she'll like walk to the cabinet and grab out a fucking zebra cake.
Right.
Or do something like that.
Well, Bronson knows
So-
like when I come back, he knows he's knowing now to point at what
Right.
or reach for it. Like I've got the iRacing wheel over here. And so when I walk in, he'll be standing there holding the ball or whatever, and he'll grab the ball and he'll go, and he wants
Yeah.
to go over there and turn the wheel, And so I'm convinced that one of his first words is going to be like race, drive, go fast, vroom vroom, something.
Yeah, vroom vroom. That work on that one because Bexley. That's an easy one for kids. It's easier for them to make noises than say
Yeah, he
the
already does the whole
W's or
vroom
R's.
thing,
Yeah. Bexley, she'll if I have a race pulled up or something watching, she'll come around a corner and she's looking for Dano, and if she sees a car, she'll go vroom vroom, and it's even to the point now if she sees me scrolling on my phone, she'll do it too. She'll vroom vroom.
Right.
But yeah, Pam, my mom, she said it melts your heart when you hear this little voice say, "Hi, Nana." Yeah, she
Oh, I
she
love
does that.
it, dude.
She'll go, "Hi, Mama." And like
I
when I was
love
letting
it.
the dog out on the porch earlier, I turn around and she's in our big window banging on the window. "Hi, Dada." Like
Dude,
watching
when
me
Blue
let the dog
Bronson
out.
sees the cat, he'll like have his pacifier in. As soon as he sees the cat, he pulls the pacifier out and goes, "Oh."
Oh yeah.
Dude, he's like so fascinated with it. And then he runs over and he's like, "Can I touch it?" I actually got him to pet the cat a while back. So I had to hold on to
and
the
that's good.
Yeah,
You
I had to hold on to the
understand how
cat, but he was
important
like
that
he
is.
would look at me like Is it okay? Like, yeah, it's fine, buddy. So I reached out and grabbed his little hand and like, gotta be easy.
Right.
So we're
Yeah,
working.
people
It's a
don't
work in
understand how
progress.
important that is to introduce kids to animals and how to
Yeah.
be nice to them and be gentle so
And
they don't get bit,
poor Bubba doesn't understand, because his whole life it's literally been like me and Stephanie.
Adults, big
Yeah,
people,
adult people.
no kids.
Yeah. And me and Stephanie 90% of the time. So when he started being here, he was like, see ya. I'm out of here.
Chaos, hiding.
Yeah. Tail between his legs. I'm going underneath the desk in the spare bedroom. Things like that. So, damn it.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. I don't think.
I don't either.
Let me update you
Any
on
just
my
tips?
non-smoking journey. This Thursday
Oh, yeah.
will be 2 weeks of no nicotine, and today is the first day that I've gone all day without taking a hit off my vape. All day long. And even
How's
when
it
I was at
going?
the track yesterday, I only vaped on it about 3 or 4 times. So, and I've only chewed 4 pieces of gum today.
Have you been chewing the shit out of gum here recently?
Yeah.
Just to help curb it?
Yeah, so they have these Trident like little
Oh,
how many
yeah, the
sticks
orange
are in
ones?
here. There's 28 sticks I think in here. Yeah, I think there's 28 sticks in here. 7 rows of 4, that's 28, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gone through 6 of these in like 11 days, 11 or 12 days.
That's
6
crazy.
packages of these.
And how many days? 11?
11. And actually it's not cheaper than vape juice. Because these things are
That's a
like
lot of
$4
gum.
a piece.
Yeah.
So it's equivalent to, if I chew 1 a day, just say. I'm
It would
getting
take-
better,
and-
man.
And health-wise, it's still better, though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you'd have to probably chew a shit ton more than that for the sugar and stuff to affect you.
Well,
You
it's
know,
all
health-wise.
sugar free, and that was the first thing I did was I went and got sugar free gum because I was wanting to make sure that I didn't rot my teeth out of my skull.
Right. Right.
So sugar free gum. I've been drinking a little bit more water, and I think I'm actually starting to feel whatever's in my chest, in my lungs. I'm starting to cough it up now, whatever it is. My chest feels like I've got stuff in it that I need to cough up. I mean,
Right.
you can probably hear it in my voice. My voice is just ridiculously deep tonight.
Froggy. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little
cracked
froggy.
a bunch
Yeah.
of times tonight too. So,
So we
Go
got a
through
just
puberty
tip
again.
topic.
All right.
My wife
I
just
see that now.
posted, do you wash your legs when you shower?
Yes, all the time.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. We've discussed how you pee, how you wipe, how do you shower, and how do you dry off. I want to know the process. Like when you get in the shower, what is your washing process? When you get out, how do you dry?
Okay. I wash top to bottom, like you would a
Really?
car.
So you wash your hair first?
Yeah, wash my hair first because what's the point of washing everything below what's up top? So head,
Well,
shoulders.
you got a lot more hair than me.
Yeah.
So
So basically, it's
there's
like
not a
head,
lot that
shoulders,
gets out
knees,
of
toes
mine.
type thing. Basically head, shoulders, knees, toes.
Okay.
And then when I dry off, it's the same process. So
so the
as
water doesn't keep running down.
the water just keeps going. You're just taking off sections, and the last thing I wipe off is my butt.
I think that's kind of the same for me. I have to think about that. So when I get in, let's see. The first thing I do, loofah and right hand, I wash my whole left hand, my left arm, then
Yep, me
switch
too.
hands,
Yeah.
right arm, hand, back up, and then I go up to my neck, do my neck, wash my face, and I do this thing like a windshield wiper with my eyes. So like when I wash my face off real good, I will take a finger and push here in the corner of my eye and sweep over. And then do the same thing here, so I can open my eyes, and there's not soap on there. Like
Right.
I just push it all off, and then I leave it on. Go ahead and wash down from my chest all the way around, all the way down to the old boys, the legs, the
Mhm.
feet, back of my legs, kind of back up. try and get as far behind my back and stuff as I can, hips, and that's pretty much it. And then I do my ass last. And then when I dry, when I get out, shut the water off. I do my hair first. And then let me think. God, this is tough without doing it. I mean, it's one of those things you just do. So then I think I do my left arm, right arm, shoulders, chest, down the front, round your legs. Oh, that's part of my face. She asked, "What about behind my ears?"
Yeah.
That's part of my face when I'm doing all
Yeah, I
that.
kind of get that when I wash my hair, so
Yeah.
soap.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. So yeah, so when I get done washing everything, then even with the soap on me, I will go ahead and squirt some in, wash my hair off, and then rinse everything.
All right.
So yeah, then when I'm drying, I dry my hair, dry my arms, my chest, down my legs, back up the back part of my legs, and then I will throw the towel out like behind me, like cape style,
Right.
pull it around me, do the
Yep.
old shimmy shake down
Shimmy,
my back,
shimmy, shimmy. Yep.
down behind my ass, and then do a little tail tuck deal on the front and hop out. No. Like when I wrap the tail, when you wrap the towel around,
Oh
you
yeah.
pull
Yeah.
it tight on one, you
I
hook
was
in
just
behind
dancing.
it. Oh, I thought you were talking about like you take the towel and
Yeah,
roll it up.
I was
and
like,
do the old,
I was just
do the
like
old floss
dancing,
in the ass crack.
doing the shimmy, shimmy shake with your ass, like.
I thought you were doing the floss in the ass crack.
No, we don't go that far.
No.
Oh,
So on
shit.
the same subject, how many times a week do you shower?
At least 7 days a week. I shower in the morning, every
Really?
morning. Yep. And then depending
See,
on what I'm
mine's
doing, like during the winter, it's not so bad. I'll just fucking go to bed. But a lot of times during
yeah.
the summer, if I go to the range or go to the racetrack or go hit balls or something, I'll shower again before I go to sleep, especially if I get sweaty.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like well, as far as like if I do active shit, sometimes I'm like every couple days. Like with us working in a factory and shit,
Yeah.
I'm not getting like crazy dirty, and I'm not going in there to fucking impress people.
Right.
So like if we're going to do something or we're going somewhere, yeah, of course I'll shower.
Right.
But if I come home from like a dirt race or something like that, of course, yeah, I'm showering for
It
sure.
just depends on what I'm getting into. Like if we go down the lake and I catch 40 crappies or 40 fish or whatever, I have to come home and shower.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm fucking sweaty. I smell like fish. I smell like lake water. It's just I have to
Yeah,
shower. There's
yeah.
no way that Steffi's gonna tolerate me going to bed smelling like that. Period.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, for the most part, unless I'm doing something completely crazy, it's every 2 days probably for me.
Yeah.
And I do my showers at night. I don't want to fuck with it in the morning, like, because I just got too much shit to do in the morning. I like to sleep.
Did you say
so
you
for
only
me,
shower
it's-
every 2 days?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Shower
it's every
every
couple
day, man.
days.
Every day.
Yeah. Well, see, I
So-
don't like get crazy dirty, and I don't work in the public though either. Like if I worked in the public, yeah, I'd shower all the time.
So like
when I
you
worked
would shower
in Andretti's, I
tonight.
would. Right.
And then you won't shower when you get up for the work in the morning. Well, you shower
No.
again that next night.
To like tomorrow night,
Yeah.
if I feel like I got crazy dirty or whatever, or if I go to say there's a race tomorrow and I go to a race,
Right.
yeah, I will then.
Right.
But
But if you just kind of fucked around the house
if
or whatever.
if all I'm doing is coming home and fucking around the house and I got to get up for work the next morning, no,
Wow.
I won't. Yeah.
That surprises me, honestly.
And then I will like on Wednesday or something.
You're being judged right now.
I don't give a shit. It's really not, honestly, and it's not.
I
it's
bet
not
he
healthy
showers
to
every day
shower
when
all
we're
the
on
time
vacation.
either. Yeah, I mean, and it's not healthy to shower every damn day unless you're doing moisturizers and all kinds of shit either. 'Cause like right now, like my skin's dried the fuck out. Just
Yeah.
just because if you wash too much, it'll dry your skin out.
That's why you just get moisturizing shampoo and moisturizing body wash.
Don't even start with me, Karina. She's on my ass about that shit too. But she's not an everyday showerer either. It's about the same. You know, it's and honestly, it's hard to find time. With four of us here in the house,
Right, yeah.
that they get clean before we do. If anything, if there's time and we're not crazy fucking tired, then we'll
Right,
go
you
take
probably
one.
get
But
wet enough giving the kids a bath, you know?
Bexley especially, because
Right.
she loves bubble baths. She will absolutely like if you walk down the hallway past the bathroom and you don't have a sippy cup of milk in your hand, she will be pissed off because you walked past that bathroom and didn't give her a bubble
Really?
bath. She will
Wow.
point in the bathroom and go, bubble bath, bub bath, bub bath. And she will get fucking mad if you don't walk in there and give her one. She loves it. Dude, Owen and her both are
Wow.
water bugs. Love it. They were both in the pool. Like we got the pool all hooked up and I got it all ready to go and the temperature was pretty good the other day. They were loving it.
Nice.
Yeah, they absolutely love that shit. But yeah,
All
I'm
right.
only like every 2 days. So.
That's shocking to me. But
Really?
I totally get it. Like you're busy and you got a lot of things and you have kids. Like with me and
Yeah.
Stephanie, like it's just us here. Like we just come home and I sit in front of my computer. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And now it's changed. Like when I was in school, I would take my showers in the morning.
Right.
I would get up and but I wasn't getting up at 4:30 in the morning then. So for me, it's more important for me to take one at night and it just kind of chills me out and then I go to bed and I sleep as late as I can in the morning as a sleep in and then start my day like that.
Right.
So
Well, that makes sense.
it's
I mean, if
easy.
it, yeah, if
I
that
know
works
I'm
for
starting
you, then
fresh that way.
different strokes for different folks, obviously.
Yeah.
I like to shower every morning. I get up. I don't stand in there for like 20, 25, 30 minutes. I get in there and, I get my shit done and I'm fucking out and I put my clothes on and I'm out the door. I don't stand
How
around
quick if you take your shower at your pace, how long are your showers?
6, 7 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way. Like I came home the other day from work and had to leave within 10 minutes of being home.
Oh, don't be commenting from the goddamn thing in there. I miss 2 hours and 45 minutes to get ready every single day.
Oh my God.
In the
That would be
morning, my showers are
terrible.
6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Because I don't have any
that's how
more
I
time than
was.
6 or 7 minutes.
And honestly, I mean, I just told you my process. Like,
Yeah.
girls do other shit. Like, they've got their moisturizers and their exfoliators and all kinds of other fucking wonky shit. They got there's one fucking bottle in that shower right now that is mine, and that takes care of my body and my hair, and I'm fucking out.
Right.
The other 12 are hers. And
Mine's
then
the
there's
same
maybe
way.
one more that's Bexley's and another one that's Owen's for his
When
bubble
I had
bath.
long hair, I had basically 3 bottles. I had shampoo,
Which you have to.
I had conditioner, and then I had body wash. Because my hair is super fine, and it fucking broke off, so I had to have stuff that reinforced my hair. And
Right. You have to do that. I mean, when you've got hair like that.
right,
But yeah, for me, I told you my process. I'm pretty simple. I get everything warmed up, loofah, wash, rinse, gone.
yeah, and I'm out. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't need a lot of extra time.
me either. Now there are some times when I will get in there, like if my neck's bothering me, or I've got like I feel a little tension on the back of my head or something like that. I'll get in there and I'll
Yes,
spend
sir.
20, 30 minutes that hot ass water beating down on me. I
I'll
still
get
take a
completely
bath and
washed. I'll
soak
do
in.
my whole process, and then I'll just turn around.
Yeah, I took a
Like when I
shower
do
and a
my
bath today.
both.
Yep.
See, I can't fit in a bathtub, dude. I'm too tall.
I can't
Like,
either. I
for
have to
our
put my legs up
bathtub.
on the.
Yeah, that's not comfortable for me. I feel uncomfortable in more ways than one. Like I don't like that. I like if I'm like mine's jacuzzi style, I would rather just like soak,
Right.
be able to
Yeah.
completely be submerged.
I'm gonna have to end
But
up buying one of those like, Coleman fucking.
there's one in my Amazon cart right now. I just can't pull the trigger on it. It's
Are
like
they down to
$500
like
to see
$200 yet?
inflatable ones. No, not
Damn it.
yet. But no, it was sitting at about 650, but it's down to
Damn
like
it, one of
450,
those
500
Coleman
now.
hot tubs or whatever. I want to put one
Yeah.
on the back porch.
It's
on the
it's
back
a little
patio.
it's a little 400 or a 4-person deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'd love to do to put on our back porch, and
I'd be in that
just so we
motherfucker
could have
every
it.
night, dude.
Oh
I'll do
yeah,
a pod.
we probably would
I'll
be
do part of
too.
the podcast from there.
Yeah, I'd have to figure out how to do that, but I would for sure.
I could do
I'd be-
it immediately. I just
I'd be
take all my shit right there and
slammed.
poke it in the back door.
Yeah, unpopular favorite right now, but I actually ended up getting some of those Bush Light peaches.
Oh yeah,
You know how they have like the Bush apples? I got the Bush Light peaches. Holy shit,
they good.
those are good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up some peach schnapps, and I'm going to take a blender with ice, dump one of those in there, put a couple shots of peach schnapps in there,
A beer
and go ahead and
hoity-toity.
blend it up into a smoothie. Have a little
Mm.
peach smoothie. I might even
Damn.
go as far as putting like strawberry syrup on the side of it and throwing a peach ring in that bitch.
Wow. Peach ring, damn, them are
Son.
good too.
Oh, my dad loves them. That's like his favorite candy.
Well, goddamn, I love anything peaches, like peaches, mangoes, pears. Oh god, I love all that stuff.
Watermelon, bubblegum, and peach rings. Those are two things I've remember seeing even as a little kid
Even
watching
little
my dad
kid,
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
All
Well,
right.
I think that is it, man.
Yeah, you
I
got
think that's
anything
a
else for us?
podcast. No, I think that's it. I think
Okay,
we covered all of our
cool.
bases.
Right
Had a
on.
great Memorial Day weekend. We gotta
Yep.
get to bed, get at it, and we will see everybody next Monday, right?
Yes, sir.
Episode
Next
19?
Monday, episode 19. Episode
Holy
20
cow.
will actually be the last episode in season 1.
We're not quitting.
We're not quitting. We're just moving on to a new season. That way we can debut some new graphics, some new locations, some new cool stuff that we have involved, and hopefully by then we'll have Monster on as a sponsorship, and they can just do all this
That'd be
shit for us
cool,
for free.
man. Yeah, I'll be working. I'm working on a new intro, so we're working on some different shit to try and change things up a little bit and swap it up so it's not the same boring stuff here.
Right. Yeah. Not that
So-
what we have is super boring. I spent a lot of time on this stuff, so we
Oh
want to
yeah, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Make sure you go follow all the social medias. Make sure you share the Facebook post of the video of the podcast. The episode will be available on Spotify by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, and we will see you next Monday at 8:30.
Yeah. Peace.
You ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Get out of here, man. Hey, cut them lights. Get out of here and go home.